Welcome to the new episode of Multimedia. In this session, I am going to introduce the synfig studio. Let's see in detail. Let's talk about the synfig studio. It is also known as synfig. It is a free and open source, a vector-based 2D animation software. It is created by Robert Quattlebaum with additional contribution by Adrian Bentley. synfig began as custom animation platform for Varia Studio. Now it's this function, and in 2005 was released as free or open source software under the GNU. The GNU stands for the General Public License. This software built to eliminate to draw the frame by frame animation, and the technique which synfig studio used is morphing and the cutout animation. So it's a well-known vector-based 2D animation software. Though it's a vector-based software, so any shapes you can create with the help of nodes and the lines, and it's very easy to reform that shape to and apply the further animation. Not only the vector-based images, but you can also include the bitmaps, and you can also apply the animation to the bitmaps. Let's talk about the morphing technique and the cutout animation. So basically, morphing is a special effect in the motion picture. You can see in the on the screen that this is the morphing technique, right, where the rose is completely blossom, the completely you can say grow. It's a growing procedure of rose. So the motion picture and the animation that changes a one image or shape into the another through a seamless transition, right? So you can see the complete growing procedure of the rose. And in the cutout animation, this animation done by splitting the object into the different parts and applying some transformation to them, like translation, rotation, and the scale, right? So you can see that there is a hand movement and the leg movement in the animation. So it's a cutout, or you can say the bun animation, right, where you can apply the on the image you can apply the bun effect. So from the particular angle you can rotate that shape, that part of the image, right? So suppose in the hand movement, if you want to apply the movement from for example, for the leg to knee to the bottom of the leg, so only that much area you can rotate. You can apply the skew effect, the transition effect, the scale effect. You can increase the height or the width, anything that you want, right? So from the complete image you can apply the effect to the specific part. So that is the cutout animation, and the morphing is different. Let's say in the morphing example is like from the circle you want to transfer it into the square. So in circle there is no angle, but in square you will have the four angles. So how it transform from original shape to the another shape, so that is what the morphing technique. Let's talk about the features. Synfig is a free 2D computer animation program with up-to-date features and a simple user interface. It works with Windows, Linux, and Mac OS as well as. It can draw any shapes and create animation. Its feature includes layers, cutout animation, morphing, and sound support, etc. It's the best alternative to the Adobe Animate. It's a true front end and back end application. Why it is a true front end animation? Because it's a possible to design the animation in front end using synfig studio, and it will render it at the later time with the back end application. So these are the features of the synfig studio. Let's talk about the file format. The synfig stores its animation in its own XML file format, and we know XML is an extensible markup language, and it works like a mediator between two unknown platform, and it compatible with any other platform, right? So often it compressed with the gzip, right? It's not the unzip file, it's a gzip file because the license granted under the GNU, right? So this is the gzip file. This file use the file name extension is .sif. It's a uncompressed file. SIFZ, which is compressed, or .sfg, that is zip container format. The file stores the vector graphic data embedded or the reference external bitmap images, and also the revision history of the project. Synfig can render to the video format such as AVI, Theora, and the MPEG, as well as the animated graphic format such as MNG and GIF. It can also render to the sequence of numbered image files using formats such as PNG, BMP, PPM, and OpenEXR. Let's talk about the installation procedure. The synfig studio can be installed on Windows, Linux, as well as Mac operating system. You can download the setup of the synfig studio from its official site named http://www.synfig.org. There are two versions available for the synfig, the stable version and the development version. We will work with the stable version. Let's talk about the installation procedure for the Windows. So for that you have to open your web browser and type in your URL box www.synfig.org/download stable, download-stable, right, and press enter. So after typing this URL, you can redirect to the web page and you will get this screen appears on your web browsers, where you have to select your OS detail. Let's say your computer your OS is 32-bit or the 64-bit. So from uh, you can see on the image as well as choose your OS. So from this drop down list you have to, if your computer is 32-bit, so you have to select the Windows 32-bit, and in the name fair price you have to type 0 and click on get synfig button. After clicking on get synfig button, it will ask you to enter your email address and press continue. After that it will ask you about your location, so select your location, let's say India, and click on continue. On the next page, click on complete checkout button, and after clicking on that complete checkout button, they will send you the email. So you have to open your email box and you have to check you received the mail from the paddle. You have to open that email and you have to click on the download button. So this is how you can download the setup in your computer system. After downloading the setup, you have to open that setup. So after downloading, a pop-up window will appear, right? And you have to click on save file. Go to the downloads folder from your computer and double click on exe file of synfig.